All right, we're live. So yeah, so Dave lost power. How about that? So we don't get a Dave joke. Does anybody have any good jokes?
So if we had a girl on here, and she was able to be telling us jokes, she was doing dad jokes, it would be a little bit of a faux pas.
There you go. See, that was actually pretty good. All right. Well, in the absence of Dave, is anybody going to say roll that footage? I guess I'll have to. All right.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
We need Sportimus to get better soon. Because we need him in here heckling during the the joke phase.
Yes.
See, Roland Rage stepped in. He said it. Roll that footage. So, all right. What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday. It's 9 o'clock. And if you're watching us here live on YouTube, thank you very much. We love you guys. We wouldn't be able to do this show without you. We've already got a whole bunch of cool folks hanging out in the chat. So if you're watching us live on YouTube, do a few things for us. One, slam that like button because it really helps us out with the algorithm. If I can get that word out. Two, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. We had a new episode of Figure Reaction this past Monday. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and check that out. But if you ring that bell, you get notifications when we come out with additional content because we are trying to do more than just this show in 2023. And lastly, but not leastly, if you are watching us live, pop into that live chat. Say hi. Comment. We'll be highlighting your comments throughout the course of the show, interacting with our audience, and having you all join in on the conversation. So, yeah, like I said, a lot of cool folks in there. Effortless Random, good to see you, buddy. We got TF Hustler, we got Princeton Phalanx, Brian Swanson, Roland Rage, Mariano Chican, McLeodrig, Toy Mafia, always the first one in here. And of course, we may not have Dave on the show, but he is hanging out in the chat. He has the power. God, that's one I have to have in the video clip. Lion-O, right? He-Man, like synced up.
He doesn't have the power.
You need thunder, and I have the power. So,
fun fact: if you share the link to this video on YouTube, it doesn't have a thumbnail.
That's strange.
And I've tried it actually multiple times in the past, and it still doesn't have a thumbnail. I don't know why.
I'll blame Matt.
Put a thumbnail.
Matt, put the thumbnail in. They're probably like, oh, we know that guy. We're gonna flag that for lewds. Now, Dave, you're not He-Man. He-Man has the power. Although that's something I'll have to do when Dave's power is restored. I'll have to splice his face onto He-Man.
Yeah.
All right. Oh God, trust me, Dave's wife has the touch. All right. Well, let's get into how everybody's doing. We got a bunch of stuff to get in tonight. We'll start off with TM Review. Sony, how the hell are you doing? And did you do anything cool this week?
I did. I got this guy. Oh, lazy not. Hello? There we go.
There we go.
He's actually pretty cool. I was surprised. I mean, I knew what it was because I saw the first one, but he's nice. And he's painted.
Transparent is something.
Was that? Oh, yeah. The chest? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just very, like, for a little $10 thing, it's painted. It's nice. I just got this. I literally just opened it. The MS02EX Painted Prime.
Now with diecast, right?
Definitely better. It's heavier. It looks better. It feels better. So we'll see. I'm going to review it, but I'm happy. I also got a Gundam, but I don't have it handy. So
is that the one you reviewed?
Yeah, G3 Gundam, which Dave educated me on. Thank you, Dave. Because it's like a test bed for RX-78. So that's all I got.
Right on. Very cool. Next up, a man you know, you love, you've probably clicked on many a chill review. Mr. T-Man 978. How are you doing? And did you get anything cool? Or did we catch him in a bad
so
time?
much stuff, he's speechless.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He might have stepped away for a second. So
Welcome back.
While we wait for T to return, the man, the myth, the legend, not Mark Rogers, Mike Rogers. Mike, how the hell are you doing? Did you anything cool?
Dude, it's been a week. I've been in meetings all week, so my tolerance for listening to people that know it all and everything is pretty low right now. But anyway, it's Thursday, so let's talk some fun stuff. And a whole bunch of crap came in. Let's see. What are we going to start with? From G. Tony, he was able to find some gear packs for Action Force for me. So I gave him some figures and he gave me some accessories. So thank you, G. Tony. What else do we get?
Everyone needs a G Tony in their life.
Yes. Target this week. I found this one.
Your audio got really muffled for whatever reason.
Okay, how about that? Is it better now?
And there he goes.
All right. If I lean into it. That's what she said. So, Master at Arms.
Ooh.
Pretty cool. I got it for a couple reasons. One, I like the soft goods. Two, I thought the sculpt on it was really well done. And he actually comes with some cool accessories, alternate hands. And I didn't gear him all the way up, but he has some of the good old-fashioned Master of the Universe goodness. And of all the characters that I liked to see in that new cartoon, he was by far the coolest. So there's that. What else? I found this guy tonight. So this is Baron von Strucker for the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure Wave. So I have him, and I didn't test this yet, but I got the last of the What If stuff, so I can get the Khonshu Build-A-Figure pieces for T. And Von Strucker does hold kind of the Tesseract that came with this guy. So cool find. I'll probably do a quick thing on him this weekend. Speaking of which, we have some of this new wave of Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Little Rocket. Not sure if he's worth $24.99, but he is sculpted well, and he actually, unlike Howard the Duck, has knee articulation.
Got a review coming?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to knock some of these things out. That's why I have it all set up back here. Home by myself tonight until tomorrow, driving down for the weekend. So I'm just gonna do an all-nighter and get caught up on stuff.
Home by yourself in Fap Studios.
So to continue with this, we got a Target exclusive Yondo, which I opened him up, and he's actually really, really cool. So you got good, then you got crap. This is going to go to T afterwards. So heads up whenever you wake up, T.
Wait, because he called it crap, he's going to be like...
Well, since he doesn't worry about it money-wise, I'm sure he'll be happy to take it and look at it.
That's true.
And because of Dave and timing, this guy came in. So this is the last of the wave for this Joe. And I like this mold for barbecue. I don't know if I'll keep him or not, but it's pretty cool. So now we'll enter the part called Let's Go Bargain Shopping. So on the way home from work today, instead of wanting to deal with traffic and yell at people, I was stopped off at the local Ollie's, and I found a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll start out with T's favorite, Fortnite. So this wave, whatever wave this is,
I think it was wave 2.
$5 a figure at Ollie's. So these two guys, the Metal Mouse, are great for little army builders. And this guy I will use for whatever parts, but the boombox was kind of cool. So we got that. $5.99. We've got the little weapon arcade things. I thought they were kind of cool. And I don't know if you can see that, but $1.99.
Wow.
For these things. There were two versions. So this one comes with an assault rifle, a submachine gun, and some sort of liquid thing. So I was like, I might as well. I'd be stupid not to pick these up.
Please be appreciative of having an Ollie's.
Yeah.
I don't even have one.
And last but not least, last week, I don't know if I said that I found some of those hand ninjas from Marvel Legends. So I went back this week to see what was there. And this time, there were 2 shelves full of these Streak figures. $8.99. So she's really cool to just have as a customizable body, pinless elbows and knees. So I said, what the hell? Let's just grab it. And that's more than enough for what I got, because I was going to have something for Dave and Matt if they came on, but I'll wait till next week for that. So that's it.
Right on. Guess that leaves me. So, yeah, been a week. Been working on redoing 2 of the bathrooms in the house. So after that, we'll only have 1 left to go. So almost done. Really, it's just been kind of nice getting things ready for the summer. And hopefully it'll all be done soon, because this is going to be God, tomorrow and the weekend's just going to blend together. I've got to work all weekend, so I'm working 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Friday into Saturday, and 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. We have project work going on. Maybe I'll be able to take Monday. Don't know. And then the next Friday, I have to do a volunteering for work, because apparently if it's mandatory, it's still considered volunteer work. But hey, at least we'll get to be outside and be power washing stuff at some park. So hey, it's a thing. As for pickups, very light week for me. I'll start off with this guy. I like Spider-Man 2099, and I saw this guy, and it was a curiosity piece. This is an absolute garbage figure. Don't get it. This should not be called a Marvel Legends.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked bad.
Yeah, I gave it the benefit of the doubt, but this is made like this feels like it should have come out in 2014. No butterfly. The ab crunch is there, but they didn't bother to paint the inside. It's got like the old style waist. I appreciate the sculpting, but the lack of butterfly, the fact that they have all the space here, and they could have given him like a double jointed neck. And the biggest offender is they put the head on a double barbell, so he can't look up all the way. So if you want to have him like hunched forward, you really are you're not going to get the poses you want. And then I guess the only other gripe I have is the hands. Like, we knew these hands were like this. They're kind of relaxed hands. They're not claw fingers like we see him have, and these just do not work. They don't. Yeah. They look like he's about to give somebody a hug when you have them on. So your best option is the closed fist. It's a decent sculpt. I like what they have going on with this cape here, but just avoid this thing at all costs. It's really bad. And then lastly, I got my my NPM. I think this is the 13-N. This I really like. I said, yeah, I'm gonna get it when they revealed it, and I do have a collection of Nemesis Primes, Black Convoys, whatever you want to call them. The paint on this is so sharp. It's funny. A lot of times when we get the black repaints, like the Nemesis versions, they really skimp on the paint. Not with this guy. There are a lot of shades of gunmetal, silver, gray. I don't think I've ever seen them use it. My green screen's kind of eating it, but this metallic teal that they use on here, it's really sharp. Especially
than the original.
On the original, what are you talking about?
I said more paint than the original.
Oh yeah. There's way more paint on this than the original. The original was very toyetic. This looks the part of a masterpiece. This is very well done. They did a lot with the paint applications, and they're, like I said, they're super sharp. Like, they did stuff like the circle here. They picked that out in paint. The way they did the back, where they picked out like silver, teal. I really like this. I was expecting this to be kind of basic. I was like, yeah, this will be the one that I mess around with and transform. But no, this is a really nice piece. The only thing I dislike about it is they didn't fix anything on it. But I mean, it's a repaint, and typically Takatomi and Hasbro don't do that. Also, I think that this green. It's funny now because my green screen's eating it. But the centerpiece to this matrix is just a lime green. It does not look the best. It doesn't look terrible, but it's just kind of weird. But overall, I really, really like this piece. So this I do recommend if you collect Black Optimus Primes, or you want like a curiosity piece. So recommend that there. And that does it for me. Very very light week, so we can get into some news here. Go ahead and what head is that?
It's the alternate head. It's like a G1E head. It's interesting. Anyway, carry on.
Right
Did
on.
we lose
So
Steve?
yeah, I don't know what happened. I didn't see if he posted anything in the Facebook chat.
Oh,
He lost the power.
everyone's
No,
listening.
he didn't post anything, so I'm wondering if he lost power or internet or what the deal is. Sure, we'll find out. But we're going to talk about an interesting one first, and a figure that we'll probably be seeing very, 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 very soon. The Studio Series Gamer Edition figures we saw revealed last month, and people are actually getting these. So I found out today that Big Bad Toy Store got theirs in stock. GameStop.com will have theirs in stock as of tomorrow, and I've heard people are already getting Amazon invoices for these. So we get some in-hand looks, and MGO posted a review earlier showing this off. A lot of people were. Oh, what's that?
It is real.
It is very real. Again, we won't spend too much time on here. This, unfortunately, there are no panels that flip down. This is just what you get. So, Larkin's Lair, get on it. Dare 2727 says Gamer Edition. Yeah, they're doing what they did for Marvel Legends and Black Series.
Those are fist exhaust. You didn't know that?
Yeah, right. It's funny too because the original deluxe figure didn't have this. Like, they actually had taillights.
Yeah.
So.
Vehicle looks good. I'll say that. Liquid Death.
Size comparison there. I would like to see him compared next to the Planet X, because Planet X did the Fall of Cybertron version, but I'm sure this is going to be a lot shorter than that, or at least probably like a head or two shorter. Oh, there it is. I take that back. So it's significantly shorter. So if you're planning on putting this guy in with your Planet X stuff, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah, it's not a masterpiece.
I'm sure we'll see this coming to a lot of people within the next couple of weeks.
Either of you getting it?
I've got it on. I mean, it's Optimus Prime. I'm getting it.
No, I'm not getting that.
No, me neither. But if you're an Optimus collector, this is like kind of one you have to get.
Yeah. I do like the idea of them doing this gamer series. I think it would be really cool if they do it for Transformers Devastation. It would be a good opportunity for them to reissue some molds in that. Remember, they did that cell shaded look for a bunch of figures. Well, not a bunch of figures, but they did it for Optimus and Megatron. They were like Walmart exclusives. You remember those? So I think that would be cool to see.
My issue with this one is it's not that much better, or even maybe not even at all better than the original one, which was really good. That original War for Cybertron.
Yeah. I mean, the other one, I remember it was funny at the time. The original one was a large deluxe, and a lot of people were kind of taken back by how complex it was and how big it was for the time. So
Matt, he has the power.
Well, we'll segue from that to find out how Matt's doing and if he got anything cool. Matt, how the hell are you?
Do we know how people are getting their Studio Series new Optimus yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
we just talked about it.
I haven't tuned into the show tonight to find out. So I figured you'd give me a recap.
Interestingly, BBTS got them first, and that's how MGO got his.
Rare.
And
It's a crapshoot, isn't it, with them sometimes?
right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently GameStop.com is going to have theirs in stock tomorrow, and some people are getting Amazon shipping.
Interesting.
So, interesting how they went from July to April.
It's the way they've been doing it, though. So, hi, I haven't been on in a while, so I will be brief with some of the more interesting things I've purchased. I forgot to bring it over, but I did get the Mezco Batman 89. He's over there on my shelf. He takes a little TLC to get to a good spot, but once you put the right kind of love to it, it's good to go. It's that nice firm rubber that is ready for the good loving. And once you do that, it's a great figure. But out of the box, I can see some people being frustrated with it. The biggest thing with it is that a lot of reviewers have been putting the cape over and then putting the head on magnetized. And the problem is that the cape is supposed to snap over the neck joint, and it's got actual clicking spots for the plastic ring. But the way they sewed the cape on, it's got too much fabric tucked underneath the ring. So you have to take some scissors and cut it out. But once you do that and you get the cape flush and you get the head on, he's golden. So there's that. I'm happy with him. So
Cool.
I picked up. I made a joke about how many Legends Primes I have. I actually have only one prior to this week. I only have one Legends Optimus Prime. So I got another one. This is the Magic Square Light of something. The Magic Square Light of Intestines version E. So this is the same as their original version, except the original one had opaque chest, and this one, which I didn't have the original, but this one got released. It doesn't have the trailer or any of the accessories with it. It literally has what I hold in my hand, which is the ion gun and the one pair of hands. But he has a painted chest with the clear windshield. So he's cool. I like him. He transforms just like every other Light of something that I have. So,
but was he cheaper?
He was cheaper. I think he was 45 shipped, maybe 50, something like that. So
Shozy.
in the realm of Legends collecting, he was cheaper than most.
Cool.
Also, in one of the most expensive Legends figures a few weeks ago, I got me my New Age Omega Supreme, which is, laughably almost the same size as the G1 Omega Supreme, with
laughably the same price as the Fans Toys one.
Yeah.
Right. Was the Fans Toys one was 160?
Almost. When the Fans Toys one came out, I want to say he was 250.
Okay. Yeah, I got this imported from Shozi, so I was not. I mean, the local retailers have this guy for $320. Don't fucking pay that for him.
Yeah.
He's awesome, but Jesus Christ, pay the 160 and wait the 2 weeks to get it. At $160, this thing is amazing, and I'm very happy with him. And then the last thing I got, which is sort of an oddball that I forgot I ordered, was it's one of the only Super 7s that I have.
Oh, wow, that's pretty big.
But it is here he is. Yeah, he is pretty big. Here it is next to my phone.
Are you mint on carding that?
I normally don't, but this guy, there's no benefit to removing him from the package.
Nope.
And I don't know if this matters to collectors, but mine still has the insert. Cardboard insert for the shelf. So it truly is mint on card. It's not bent or creased. It's
So
really
super
good.
special.
So everything I want him for, you can see right here with the background. And I like that they did the movie poster with the wrong Unicron, or the toy version.
Yeah.
So there's literally no reason to open this guy.
I still 110% believe that we will get a HasLab toy Unicron.
Yeah.
You think so?
I 110% think we will.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's the high points of the most interesting things. I did get Darth Maul Black Series in from Sony. Sony, did that review ever go live?
Nope.
Okay.
Huh?
Just
Hey. I was gonna say one thing. Now that Matt's on here, I found something for you, man, and it's because of our chats earlier this week, especially when you got your Mezco Batman. Dude, that was awesome. So I searched far and wide for a Batmobile. And buddy, I got it for you. So let me get this in position here for you. There you go, pal. There's your Batmobile.
And I will post a YouTube short of me trying to fit the Mezco into there. There might be some forced perspectives to the pictures, but that's fine.
Any chance you found the Batwing while you're looking for that?
There's an update to that,
Oh,
Jordan.
Yeah. So funny enough, I was in Walgreens this afternoon. My wife had a print to pick up, so I went in there and just kind of browsed, see what they had.
You can tell us the truth. She had lady cramps. You had to go get some stuff.
No, actually, she actually had a piece of art. Like we get art made at Walgreens. They actually do really good prints. But I went past their seasonal section and I saw the '89 Batwing from Hot Wheels, and it was sitting on it said like $6.99. I'm like, I don't think that's right, but I was reading it, so I called Matt and I was like, hey, they got the Batwing here. Are you still looking for that? And he was like telling me about how it goes for like $60 on eBay, and yeah, if they got multiples, get them. They only had the one, but I was like, yeah, I was like, I don't know, it's the right price, but I'll pick it up. Rings up for $3.59.
Whoa.
And it's the right one. He sent me the picture. Yeah. It was the right one.
Yeah,
Cool.
And also funny, they got like
Walgreens.
they got 8 red alerts in. I like went past because I don't know anybody that's looking for Minerva right now, but I was just like, I'm curious if they even got Minerva in because I have not seen Minerva at any Walgreens.
Yeah,
period.
so we know it goes for $60-some on eBay. Jordan bought it for $3-something. He has not yet told me how much he's going to charge me for it.
$3.59.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's this session is being recorded. So
Yeah.
all is
And
good.
that was the '89 Batwing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the anime. So I don't think it's going to be hard to find because when the animated series Batwing came out, it was 1 pack per box and it was being scalped like crazy. Now they're everywhere.
Does the audience know we've been searching for this thing for like weeks and weeks? All of us, and we never found it.
I don't know that they do. I don't think it's come up.
Right. I haven't been on here either, so I haven't talked about it any. But
But
for those that are wondering, it's the line of special it's the Hot Wheels special Batman line that's usually by itself, and they have the logo from the movie and the collection. Yeah, here let me
Embiggening.
that. Yeah,
Carnus.
So that's the wave right there.
that's the current wave out, right? So if anyone likes Batman vehicles like I do, this is a really cool desktop toy wave to have.
And they're larger.
The Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile that Mike just showed, actually has a working cockpit and everything. So they're good. They're good.
I will keep an inbox for you, man. Meet up next month.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Next up, we're going to look at a really strange theme park exclusive figure. So Universal Studios has done some interesting park exclusives. They actually kicked it off, and I have him here. A very good friend of mine got this for me years ago. Let me go and embiggen myself real quick. So I want to set a precedent here with where we started. So when they first came out with Transformers: The Ride, they came out with Evac. This is an exclusive mold that you could only get at Universal Studios. I don't know if they still sell it or not. Yeah, but he turns into the little car that you ride in the ride. And then the second one that they did was the Dark of the Moon Megatron. They have a guy in a costume, and it's a really cool costume. And outside of the ride, he heckles people. So they came out with the Dark of the Moon Megatron. He doesn't have the cloak, but he's painted to look exactly like that costume. And I thought, okay, that's really cool. Well, now we get this Bumblebee, which it's done up in. It's interesting because it's interesting for a couple reasons. One, it's all plastic packaging, which I was surprised to see. But this is for a like straight up reissue of the Dark of the Moon. I think this was Nitro Bumblebee, complete with the mech tech gun.
Huh.
So just really interesting that they, of all the Bumblebee molds that they could have gone with, they like did a straight up like reissue of a very gimmick. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's gimmick heavy, but they haven't done the mech tech guns in quite some time.
You can see they made sure to get a nice big Chevy logo though.
Oh yeah,
Licensed, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that this will probably pop up on zoom out. Wow. is just really big on here. But yeah, I'm willing to bet you'll probably be able to get this through Hasbro Pulse. That's how I got the Megatron when it came out. I don't know why they went with this and instead, didn't do one of the Studio Series molds, but yeah, Jedi Mindset is a good point. They'll probably have 400 of these on their shelves. I mean, if you remember the old Beehive memes where people would go to Toys R Us and it would just be all Dark of the Moon Bumblebees.
Mm-hmm.
They probably made the deal so long ago that it's this mold.
It's hard to say.
Because it even has the packaging from so long ago.
Well, it's new packaging. Like if you go back, like it's
that window box.
Well, when they had Dark of the Moon, those were all in blister packs. They were like bubble cards.
Gotcha.
This is kind of in keeping with like your Studio Series boxes. Yeah. In fact, I have an unopened Nest Bumblebee here. It's similar but different. But they at the time they weren't packing these in robot mode, and they were all in vehicle mode on like the old blister card. So this is a newer style packaging, but again, surprising that they're doing the old packaging. We have time. I want to get to something anecdotal that Mike sent to me earlier about Target and their practices. But it's going to be interesting to see this return to plastic packaging. I don't think this is a preview. I think they probably just had this in the works for a little bit, and they probably were like, "Well, this being a park exclusive, we probably want to do everything we can to prevent, shoplifting." So plastic it is, but just kind of an interesting one, nonetheless. I'm sure if T were here, he would just be going pass.
Yes. Let's move on.
Yes.
Moving on, we get the official pictures of the Armada Optimus. I mean, we've seen this guy, I think, in pretty big detail. I'm not sure if there's too much new here outside of that reveal they had in the fan stream from early April. There's the Evo Fusion gimmick going on right there. I do think it's really cool. I think the guy's name is Neolab. I've been watching a lot of his videos. He does these interesting hybrid customizing and review videos. The core robot actually has an ab crunch, and I thought that was actually really cool. Since the core robot's abs are made up of the joints for the super mode shoulders. You're actually able to get a complete ab crunch. This guy went up for pre-order, I think 2 days ago.
Yep.
So who's all in for this?
Believe it or not, I like it. I am going to get it.
Yeah, I know it's sold out on Pulse, but it's still available on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I knew Lance was going to be in on this one. I won't be shocked if the next iteration, whatever wave they call it next for Legacy, I think that'll probably be very Armada heavy. I think that there's a really big thirst of people who grew up on Armada are now in their early to late 20s, and
your time.
Yeah.
Your time.
Their backs are going to start hurting soon.
Oh, Father Time. Jedi says, love the vehicle modes. I got it both on pre-order on BBTS and Amazon.
Well, is there a size comparison in there?
There is not here, but I have seen size comparisons in some of the reviews. Oh, there we go. Future development. It says, yes, you folks are, and us G1ers had Armada during our college days. We're reminded how much older we are. Yeah.
I was just curious because it's Commander class. I'm wondering how big the combined mode is.
I believe it is about the same, and don't hold me to this, but I think it's about the same size as Commander class Jetfire when it's all combined up. Yeah.
Really?
But I mean, if you think about it, that's what Menasor was. Like when Menasor was in the combined mode and was essentially the same height as Jetfire.
You raised my excitement level.
I think this is a great option for. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I've seen in the early reviews. There's like no waffles on this guy. The paint is definitely there. The engineering is there. This thing
There's
does.
reviews.
Yeah, there are some people that got. Now again, the one guy Neolab, he has it. He bought one off eBay. He was fully transparent about where he got it.
Got it.
I had an interesting discussion with Larkin because Larkin was like, I unsubbed with that guy when he bought a stolen one. I was like, if you're transparent about where you're getting it, I don't have that big of an issue. Once upon a time, I bought an early copy of the first masterpiece. I'm sorry, the second masterpiece, Hot Rod, from this guy. His name was he went by like ENP, but you know. At any rate, I think if you're transparent about where you get your stuff from, I don't take too much of an issue. But the guy also does like 3D resin prints, so he had legitimate reasons for why he bought it, and getting as an independent third party add-on kit creator, he wanted to have access to do it. So gray areas, but
it's not as big as Jetfire, by the way. It comes up to like his shoulder. Basically.
His shoulder. Okay, I thought he was like almost neck and neck, but I stand corrected there.
That's still pretty big though.
Yeah, and I also appreciate there's no waffles. I think too, if you were interested in Naval Commander and just it was out of your price range, I mean, for $90, you're not really doing wrong with this.
How much was Naval Commander?
Naval Commander is like $175 when he came out. Now I think he's like $220.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Plus, Naval Commander is kind of stylized.
Yeah. With this, you're getting a very good representation of the cartoon look, and also you're getting,
movable knees.
Well, Naval Commander had them, but
$215 for Naval Commander.
Yeah. So, like I said, in and about $220. Last thing for official news: JT Prime, our MVP for listings, spilled the tea on some upcoming figures. Some we knew about, some we didn't. Go through these real quick. This details a little bit more of what's coming through for those Target exclusives. So first, we know the Hound is coming. That should probably be showing up really soon. So also, there's going to be a Buzzworthy Bumblebee Hatchet. If I'm not mistaken, I think Hatchet was one of the Dreads.
From Headmasters?
No, from Dark of the Moon. Yeah, I think he was the dog-looking, like he turned into like the SUV.
There was like the two Escalades or something type of vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Or Suburbans.
I think we saw this a while back. Like we saw the reveal. Yeah. So, but I don't think it's hit yet. So Hound and Hatchet should be coming soon. Then this just says TRA Bumblebee 2. No idea what that is. Then he gets into some interesting ones with Amazon. A Generation Studio Series multi-pack. A Generations Ecom Capsule Comic 2-pack. Ecom Capsule 2, Ecom Capsule Voyager Nacelle. So it sounds like Nacelle is potentially an Amazon exclusive.
Secret, right?
Yeah, that's going to be that.
Right, the red one.
Yeah. Walmart's getting all these don't really say what they are moving forward. Just a retro. I'm assuming it's probably going to be Skywarp and another retro release. Then Pulse, these DTC1, no idea what that is.
Exclusive?
Yeah, Pulse exclusives, it sounds like. Then we know the Shattered Glass Grimlock, and then the rest of them, they don't really say what they are, just DTC. It's possible the rest of these are going to be Shattered Glass, but hard to say. But, a bunch of exclusives are coming down the pipe. All right. Now let's get into some third-party stuff. we'll kick this off with the Iron Factory Cliff Jumper. And we got our resident Legends nut in the house. So really curious to hear Matt's input on these because we got some Legend stuff to go through. How are you feeling on this one?
That's where are you getting this from? Because that's One Man Army. He's been out for about a year.
Yes.
No,
Well,
that's my fault. I put it in the notes.
well, then we'll skip over. See, I don't claim to be a Legends guy.
I quick review on this guy. I didn't get him. I don't like him.
All right.
That's just opinion on the design. I just
So
wasn't.
why is Dimecheck reporting on it?
He likes to report just damn near anything now.
Oh,
Yeah, I think lately he just will, and even like on his Twitter, he is like, he used to be like my go-to for new stuff.
Right now, it's
And-
just whatever.
Yeah, now it's like Antoine's Third Party Unlimited. Like that is the place to go. If you're not following Third Party Unlimited, like you're really missing out.
And you are limiting yourself.
So
But
Now this is
But-
new.
he doesn't have retail, so that's the only difference. No retail. This looks great.
So this, I misspoke. This actually isn't new. Hound was solicited from New Age about a year ago, but they had his proportions and his
Yeah.
feet were really crappy.
Redesign.
And New Age took the feedback and said, hold on. And they revamped half of the transformation on him.
That's amazing.
So
that's awesome that they did that.
yeah, they took a
Who
step
does
back
that?
and they redid it. So this guy was delayed pretty good. He was supposed to come out before Magic Square's Hound did, but they held it back. So
Like,
now he
there's-
comes.
There's no company that will do that.
That's not true. We've seen it a couple times. I think MMC did it with the figure once.
A complete redesign based on feedback.
Not a complete redesign. I know we've seen X-Transbots hold designs and redo them. I'm trying to think what comes to mind, but
So here's the thing. The reason why this is important is the design was finished.
well,
And it cost money to get to that point.
Right.
Dance Toys technically did with Acoustic Wave, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
they had a
Because yeah,
Jordan,
but-
if you can bring it up, I just sent the comparison picture to you. to
yeah.
the
Let me
chat.
get
And this
that
looks
opened
great.
up here.
Like, I want it. Looks that good. Obviously you're getting this, Matt, right?
I am. I don't know if I'm going to get this version or if I'm going to wait till one of the recolors. We'll
Can I-
see.
Can I
So
Oh, that's way.
Yeah, the feet were kind of like combat boots on top of more combat boots.
They even moved the screw holes to the back.
They moved the screw holes. They reshaped the hand. Like they took
Yeah.
all of the feedback and ran with it. The head sculpt is cleaner. It's they gave this one some extra love. So if you look, the transformation is even different in the legs because it looks like
Yeah.
they split it the thigh on the original. Now it's
Yeah.
different.
Well, the rotation is at the
It-
the base instead of in the middle.
it looks like the legs are entirely brand new. Because like here you can
Yeah.
see like the little
Right.
air vent for the mushroom peg. Nothing here. Looks like it's probably
Right.
2 pieces.
So I definitely am in for this mold. I just got to decide which of the 17 versions I want.
Well, you're gonna get to try this, or are you gonna get the original Hound colors?
So I have Magic Square's original Hound colors. So do I want to wait for a toy color or a detritus recolor or what the hell does Shattered Glass Hound even look like?
He's
Throw-
tan.
Throw the Magic Square into
That's
the trash.
no, the Magic Square's is amazing.
No, I'm sure it's good.
But it's I mean it's true. Magic Square does not have the finish that New Age has. They just don't. But I don't think there is a New Age. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think there's a Magic Square toy that I own that I'm afraid of breaking at all because those things are made of fucking titanium plastic. Like they can.
It's like
flex-
MMC plastic.
right? Except it's just not as finished, which is fine.
So this picture is kind of the hubbub because look how much accessories they're giving you.
Yeah.
I wonder how much it's gonna cost.
Well, that's the thing. I'll tell you what. Let me check Show Z if they haven't. So, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. It was posted for sale locally. I mean,
No price yet.
Domestically.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Shozy doesn't have a price.
Who was it? Who was it submitted through?
Yeah, they just had the deposit on there.
So Shozy still has the deposit. Was it Chosen Prime? New Age. I know he got posted somewhere.
I'm gonna guess $80, like $79.99.
I think that's what it was. I don't know. If I find it, I'll.
Where did they came up with the name Scott?
I have no idea. Like, I think New Age and Magic Square have the weirdest of the third-party names.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have called it Goodman. Like, then you'd be like, oh, John Goodman, he was the movie hound. Something like that.
Yeah, I know one of the sites locally has it, but I can't remember. I believe it was around $80. So I would expect international price to be 60, maybe 50 or 60. And honestly, like it's a good range of accessories, but I could do without the canopy or the cage.
Yeah. I don't really like the canopies at all.
Yeah, that's kind of whatever. Yeah, I think Brian's exactly right. I think that's where the name comes from. George C. Scott.
Yeah.
That would make sense. All right, next up. I'm probably the only person I know that owns this. Do I intend on getting this upgrade kit? Probably not. I didn't get the one for the MPM 12.
What?
It's
a good kit.
I know it's a good kit. I just I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine with it in bot mode.
Oh, so you're probably not transforming it.
No, I'm transforming it. It's like, yeah, I don't like the cat ears, but at the same time, I just I'm not displaying it in truck mode, and I think on a shelf he looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. This definitely makes the proportions look better, especially the legs and all.
Yeah.
DNA Designs does an awesome job.
It's also
Color matching.
expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, and I just don't like the idea of just having a bunch of original parts. Like I like the upgrade kits where it's just you're adding stuff to the figure.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to not get the ones where you're actually like completely replacing parts. At that point, I'm just like, well, I'd rather get a third party version of the character. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I
know.
I tend to, outside of putting faction symbols on my figures, I keep them mostly stock. I do own a couple DNA Design kits, like the one for the Studio Series Devastator, which actually really improves the figure and you don't take anything off of it. Everything's all integrated, but yeah, I just don't like the idea of like knocking out pins and then having like a box with the original pieces in it. That's just me.
And that's a quick lesson right there, is that for faction symbols, like don't skimp out on faction symbols. I ordered from a cheap seller on eBay, and I ended up getting fraction symbols instead, and they're not as useful. So just be careful who you're getting from.
I will say toyhacks.com all day, every night. I do like the water slide decals, and if you ever want to get those, I do recommend getting them through Agabus. Like Hanny actually sells them.
This is $65.
Yeah, and that's half the price of this figure. So it's like, why would I do that when I'm legitimately okay with this figure, and I think like in hand he looks fine to me.
The thing is, it's black, so you don't really see those things anymore anyway. So
yeah, I think that's the reason like why I like this figure. A lot of the imperfections really don't stand out as much as they did on the original, and I think it also helps with the silhouette of the figure being mostly black. They say black is slimming.
I think the loss of power is affecting Dave. He's starting to ramble about crazy stuff.
Fraction symbol. It's really funny. Like back in my early teens, I actually thought they were called fraction symbols because I thought it was because they were divided. The more you know. And then I got schooled on it. You remember Easy Board? I was like on the AllSpark message board back in like 1999, and I was just like, yeah, what's your favorite fraction? And people were like, completely.
And they're like,
me, like
1/2,
one fourth, no, 3/4,
3/7.
And finally, somebody was like, oh yeah, it's actually called faction. And I was like, oh, thanks, one merciful person on the internet. So, Mariani says,
and where if you'd have made that mistake today, someone would have said, God, it's like you hate black people. And you're like, what did that even come from? Like, you're racist.
Mariana says, I like the extra parts. You can make your own Autobot X.
Hey,
There you go.
But McLattery says 3/8 is his favorite faction.
all right, let's.
Or
That's a
fraction.
good idea for you folks. Put your favorite fraction in the chat.
All right, let's get to our next one.
Oh my.
This is the Rising Force Menasor.
Oh.
Legend scale?
Yes.
Okay, I would hope so.
Oh, why is it doing that?
Yeah, I don't know why Facebook is doing this
Must
thing
have
where it's
zoomed
like
in.
ultra zoomed. But you get a good look here. I'm assuming this is everything that's coming with their Motor Master.
I'm gonna say whatever that. Oh, is that the thing for his chest? It must be
Yeah,
Or it
so
looks at the waist.
terrible. But it must be just an accessory.
yeah, because if you go back here, it's definitely there.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Okay.
Blackjack, or whatever you want to call the toy chest. That was part of the original toy.
For a second, I thought that was their Wild Rider. I was like, that's horrible, but it looks good there.
What I can say is interesting about this Motor Master is, to my knowledge, this is the only Motor Master where outside of Combiner Wars, where the cars become the complete arms.
Oh, there's no frame.
Yeah. With most every other Motor Master, the trailer becomes kind of like the frame that the cars just kind of sit on.
Magic Square did that, or did they? I don't even know.
I don't really like Menasors, so I didn't collect any of those.
Okay.
To my knowledge, the Magic Square one does have the frame part, where it's just pieces sitting on pieces. I think this looks nice. I'd be curious to see it painted up. I'm not sure how I feel about this face. I mean, he looks like he smelled a fart in an elevator.
Oh, I thought you meant drag strips.
That's what I thought too.
Staring.
Oh
at
yeah, the
over.
visible
Like
head.
every time he's just standing there, he's just got drag strips staring, boring holes in the side of his head.
Don't look at me. Also,
Stop judging me.
What are you thinking?
I hope
Here
they
it
fix
says
this.
they're a husband and wife team that's making this. You talking about Menasor? Husband and
I
wife team.
think he's talking about the company that's building this.
No, Rising Force.
That's interesting.
Oh, I thought he meant SpaceX. Because Dave was
It's
talking about
correct.
it's cool that they gave Blackjack a robot mode though.
Wow, I
This is a
wasn't
cool
expecting
robot
that.
mode.
That's cool.
Wow. He looks like one of those transforming watches from back in the day.
He's got
Like
a button front.
headmaster that never gets
A
any
front
head.
butt. Yeah. He's got a uniboob going on there.
He's almost as big as Motormaster.
Yeah. I just, again, this isn't for me. I don't collect Legends, but when I see stuff like this that's unnecessary, I'm like, it's just going to add on to the price. That's the way I.
Oh, what is it?
But it's also kind of cool because it's different. So
I mean,
it looks like he forms upper body.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unique.
Yeah. But we got one more third party piece.
Oh, these are cheap. Those cars are $25 each.
Huh.
I mean, that's not hateful.
Yeah. I don't know how much Motormaster is going to be, but the cars are 25.
Let's head over to one of our favorite third party companies here. Their Facebook page. I guess this is Hobby Man's.
Really?
It wasn't Fans Hobby, it was Hobby Man.
Well, Hobby Man is Fans Hobbies. There we go.
What?
Here we
Photography?
go. Yeah. So we get a good look at a more finished version of their Overlord combined up with their Power Links Optimus.
Oh, I saw teasers of this.
Yeah. So here we'll click here because I don't know why searching
This
Fans
just
Hobby.
came out.
Yeah. And this is more or less an unpainted prototype of their Overlords. Now, we're getting an idea like this guy's going to have some really good articulation, which is a nice change from, the original Armada brick. Granted, it's funny, admiring this, Hasbro is going to be doing a Tidal Wave, a Jetfire, an Overlord. So it begs the question: Do you need this in masterpiece scale? Do you need a stylized one in masterpiece scale?
Dave is having a little bit of a meltdown. He says it's overload, not overload.
I'm sorry, overload. But see, that's the thing. That's why you're part of the show, Dave. You keep me honest on this stuff.
He's even doing it from beyond the power of it.
Yeah. Like, God, my phone died because I was yelling at Zero over the chat. Lance is like, you should be sorry.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were saying overload.
This is the question that we do need to ask ourselves: how long before Menosaur is renamed into Personsaur? I mean, it technically is a they them, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I know this is unpainted, but is it that? Does it have a lot of red?
Oh yeah, he's
really red.
He's base red, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And then the Energon one was painted up like Ultra Magnus, which I'm sure Fans Hobby will do.
So when you were looking at Hobby Man and scrolling through the pictures, did it say anything like they were trying to re-release the Monster Bots? Because I saw one picture with a whole line of them sitting in box.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay.
We can go back there. He might have just been showing off pictures. I've actually talked to him over Facebook before.
Yeah.
Because at one point we were actually trying to get him on the show, but he doesn't speak English very well, and he said that a big component would be like, so yeah, Monster Squad, pretty awesome. Had new artwork of it. So this is from 2019.
Oh, never mind.
So, and that's Harris. Harris is the stop motion guy. I think a lot of people have seen him. Yeah, definitely check him out. Harris Luro. He does awesome work. They should re-release the Monster Bots, but
they should get on Tidal Wave. That's what they should.
Well, it looked like they were making headway on Tidal Wave. I'm sure we'll see this deco of Overload at some point as well. This was
Overload.
Overload. Really? So that's all we got for our third-party news. We'll get into some non-Transformers news here. We'll start off with, one of Dave's favorite toy guys in all of the business. You know him. You love him. He often asks Dave to open wallet. Our boy, Todd. And this is a new Mega Fig coming from Todd. This is the Monolith Spawn, and not too familiar with this version of Spawn, but it's a cool looking piece. Now, the unfortunate thing with any McFarlane figure is I'm sure what you're seeing here is all you get. Let's see. Looks like it's up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth. I'm going to guess, $50. So, yeah. And yeah, you just get... I really wish he would stop doing these stands for figures that cannot use the stands. It's like such a waste to have like a a stand is not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But
That's gonna be big.
Yeah. Next up, we don't really talk too much about Hiya Toys, but Hiya Toys they're really getting a lot of licenses. So this is their Leatherface from the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I thought was actually a really underrated remake.
Wow, look at those ads.
That's not loading there.
Uh-oh.
I was like, let's get rid of this tequila ad up here.
You must watch
do
the
that?
ads.
If I click that. Yeah. Let's see if I can get past it.
That might
So,
actually be. Oh, there we go.
there we go. For whatever reason, that second picture didn't want to load, but
So why 1/18th?
I don't really know what
Makes sense.
Hiya Toys has for that scale.
I was gonna say that's their standard scale for.
Yeah, I mean, because it's essentially 3 3/4, right?
No, I think it's a little. I don't think it's quite. I think it's somewhere in a little bit above, maybe a little bit. Look, I didn't order fractions.
It's 4
so I
inches.
don't remember which
Yeah,
it is. The math is failing me.
yeah. So it's 4.33 inches. It's it's got 15 POA, which not for that scale, not hateful. I mean, you're getting single jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Looks like a ball jointed head. I mean, he's got his apron on. He comes with the hammer and the chainsaw. He comes with a separate pair of hands. It's $20. I think as an alternative to NECA's horror figures, I think that's not hateful if you want something a little bit smaller, because not everybody has the space for 7-inch figures. I kind of also think we're going to start seeing a bit more of an uptick in smaller figures. I mean, if Legends are indicative for Transformers, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like, hey, I want representation of things that I love, but I don't have all the space for it. It makes sense. Dave says they have a ton at the 1/18th scale, a bunch of Predators, the Injustice line, now RoboCop and Judge Dredd. Yeah, and then I think with like RoboCop, it totally makes sense if you want stuff like Kane and Ed 209, and you don't want to spend, $80 to $100 on those larger figures. It totally makes sense for people.
Bro, that ad was so invasive. It's like, here's the
know.
toy. Buy this toy. Here's this toy.
Yeah, Toy News International, I love them, but man, they've got ads for days.
Sorry. Again, this one is my fault.
That's all good. And we'll get into some Marvel Legends stuff here. I'm curious what Dave's going to say about this.
You got
through the
Mike
chat.
covered up.
I have Mike covered up.
That's okay. It's only Mark.
Wait, Mark. Well, we'll get
Mark's
Dave out of the
covered.
way. Apparently, there's a new thing you can do in StreamYard where you can put everybody at the top, but I don't see that option.
Oh yeah.
Probably don't pay enough for it.
No, we do.
No, you
But
should.
you got to do a new layout. So this is the Marvel Legends Super Adaptoid. It's part of the Avengers 60th. So this is a larger scale figure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
What that one in front of it was 1/12 or?
That was
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
big.
Bucky Cap.
Jeez.
So he's probably about 12 inches or so.
probably 10. But
What
you're
is this? I don't.
so this is like where I wish Dave had the power, because he could tell us all about the history of this character. But apparently this was a character that was made by AIM to combat Captain America. So this figure is coming in at its 12-inch tall figure.
Yeah, it's a remake.
He's got the power.
He's back.
Wait,
Mike.
we're not sure of that.
We,
you
we
back.
need the meme.
Dave, is that you?
If it is you, what is your favorite fraction?
6/9.
Ah.
You need to measure that.
All right.
So
And
Dave,
when you do measure it, remember, warm day, start at the base. Yep. Okay.
It's all about perspective.
Trust me, I'm a master of forced perspective.
so this figure's coming in at about $70, which
Oh god, that thing was originally like $30.
yeah. So what's interesting is apparently this is according to the article, this is a just an upsize. Like this is like legitimately like they blew up the original mold. And what you see here is what you get. So no extra hands, no extra heads, no effects pieces. I really don't like that you have one completely closed fist here. Like I wouldn't be opposed to having closed fist and a holding hand, pair, just multiple hands would have been nice. But I think for, it's interesting in like the world of knockoffs, like the oversized knockoffs typically come in like super cheap. Yet when they're done officially, it's
And they made this figure before for like 30. They did the 12-inch line. They had a Marvel 12-inch line. They had this. They had a Hulk. They had Daredevil. T-Man's has reviewed a bunch of these.
Pass then.
yeah. I think this is going to hit clearance prices, and it
Oh
probably
my
will.
god!
We'll get down to 30.
This is an utter ripoff. They're taking a failed Hasbro product with that 12-inch line. They just added a new head. This is actually a Bobby Valla design, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Look up the. Let me see. Where was it?
Hey,
Captain America.
There it is.
you did it.
You're welcome.
Good job, Matt. So none of us are in on this, right?
Yeah. So pass.
Oh god, yeah. This is beyond hard pass. This is just.
I like it's green and its accessories don't make sense to me.
You have to read 30 years worth of comics to get it.
Well, while Dave looks that up, I'm going to hop over to the next one, and this one I think is almost there, and I'm curious if my complaint is shared. This is a 2-pack of the animated Mary Jane and Green Goblin, and I think this is a really good likeness to the animated Mary Jane. I say it's almost there for a couple reasons. Like they're doing pinless joints on Mary Jane, but not on Green Goblin. Also, he still has that crappy tiny glider that
I like it.
with the little glider.
Wait, is this the retro wave?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is a retro one. I like that you're getting the Norman Osborn head.
He's
That's
got a
good.
Falcon lips.
He's got what? Oh,
Wow.
it at least works for this character way better than Falcon.
I mean,
But-
the head. I think the head looks a little different than the retro one, but
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't look like the retro one.
it's
doesn't
the,
have,
and
like-
it's the same stand because it has the. It's the same glider because it has the stand base in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he probably won't be able to stay on it worth a crap if it's anything like the previous ones.
Yeah.
But, paint wise, I think he looks great. Mary Jane, they gave her a pinless body. Again, she doesn't need double jointed elbows, but it's like, hey, if you're gonna do a brand new mold, why wouldn't you give her those?
Yeah.
At
least she is proportioned a little bit better. It looks like she actually
Yeah.
has ribs,
Yes.
not like Shriek. It's. I think it's the face. There's something a little bit off with the face, at least for me.
For Mary Jane.
For Mary Jane. But the body's fine.
What was the price?
I believe this is coming in at, I think, 60. Is there a price on there? No, there's no price on here, but it's going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, much like the Aunt May and
Probably 55, 60.
yeah, so probably 60 for the two.
Let's see.
And let me get back. I think we got a couple more
She looks good.
here. We'll definitely skip over that one. Let's go to this one from NECA. So NECA is teasing the more of their April takeover. So they have this Lost Years teaser. So I'm assuming, given the Grammy April thing here, this is going to be April from The Last Ronin.
Okay.
So I'm not really digging these NECA teasers because it's just like, yeah, come on, you guys already do your whole thing where you show like the head sculpt, and then like the following week you actually show the full deal. But that's just me.
Oh, I just figured out what that picture was. I'm an idiot.
What did you think it was?
I didn't understand it was a turtle. It just didn't click to me. I don't know. I got it.
Yeah, that's one of the 4 new turtles.
Yeah,
I didn't even get this. McGladdery says talking about Mary Jane on 420 seems appropriate. I forgot what today even was.
Mary Jane, and it's the Green Goblin.
The green.
We did it.
Wow.
So I got one more I want to highlight in the news, and then I want to talk an anecdotal thing that Mike put on my radar earlier this afternoon. We're gonna beat a dead horse with this plastic-free packaging discussion.
Yeah.
But before we do, this one's interesting. So we saw the Shao Kahn a couple weeks ago, and it's a more Mortal Kombat 2011 style. Now it looks like they're doing the same with Goro. So they're calling this Mortal Kombat X, although I think between Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9 or 2011, I hate calling it Mortal Kombat 9 because it implies that DC Universe was Mortal Kombat 8.
Mm.
But I digress. I mean, this is a good-looking Goro, but we were having some interesting discussions in the chat. Like, I just Storm, finish what you started. It's like I feel like they have this identity crisis with Mortal Kombat, where it's like first they did these hybridized designs between the original Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2, and then they came out with ninjas that look more like Mortal Kombat 1, and then they came out with ninjas that look more like Mortal Kombat 2, and then everything's now like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and now they're hopping to the new NetherRealm stuff. Now I want to talk about that a little bit because I think, Dave, you were telling me that McFarlane lost or didn't renew the.
They didn't renew because they took if you look on McFarlane's page, they took Mortal Kombat off of it. And then the fact is that McFarlane was doing the Mortal Kombat X designs. So all of a sudden, they're doing X. That means that Todd isn't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a repaint, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't say a repaint because I'm looking at mine right now. I mean, that's a totally different. The pants are totally new.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gauntlets are totally new. The face sculpt's totally new. I mean, the body. Yeah, they've got a forearm body they've used with him and Kintaro. So
yeah.
So if it is retool, then that leaves people wondering, why aren't you making the other characters you've teased?
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of are. I mean, they've shown off Kano. People are getting Liu Kang now. They're doing a repaint of Liu Kang. What's that?
They need to make a dragonless Liu Kang.
I agree, and I think that would sell infinitely better. I think a lot of people would love to have just like an $80 option in that. I think they're like I don't want the dragon. That's like one of the reasons I haven't bid on it.
I don't have the shelf space.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I think for most people, it's like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is the definitive roster. as far as memorable characters go. I think other games have introduced characters that are memorable, like Quan Chi and Shinnok. I think are relatively memorable.
And then there's Reiko. No one knows.
Right, Reiko and Tanya and God, what was the name?
Borracho. I hated Borracho.
I hated. I like Fujin though.
Fujin's cool, but I'm sorry. For
Yeah.
those who don't know, Borracho is a monk who actually has in his moveset
Fart fatality.
farting and puking.
Yeah. That was like, I mean that it was funny because when I remember when did he debut in Deadly Alliance or Deception as playable?
Deadly Alliance.
Yeah. I just remember when that happened, everybody was like, is he a parody character? And he's supposed to be the guy that trained Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and it was just like, really?
It looks good.
I wanted to love this. I wanted to love Deception, Deception or Dark Alliance. I wanted to love it so bad, but those goddamn rotating fighting styles just pissed me off.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too. I disliked about Mortal Kombat X is even though you didn't. Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, I was just like, just have vanilla characters. Like Mortal Kombat X is like you had 3 per character. They kind of took that Capcom approach, but they did like 3 variants per character. And then Mortal Kombat 11, it's like, oh, you can build your own character, but it just playing against people you don't really know what to expect because there's so many options. You can have too much of a good thing. Is my take on it.
Does anybody have the original Goro?
I do.
Do the smaller arms have elbow joints?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Because that picture, I don't see them.
Yeah,
I think they're there.
Gauntlets are going over the forearms.
Yeah. Storm is pretty good at when it comes to hiding joints. Like, I think I still have Kintaro over here. I think I moved them.
I got them both right behind me.
Yeah. They do a really good job of like hiding the joints and you're like, oh, that actually does have a full range.
Is there another picture?
No, just these 2, unfortunately.
Was it tease?
It's just kind of there. And actually, I think they're the same picture.
I don't think. I don't think I'm buying him just because I'm happy with the original Goro.
Yeah, I just want my Mortal Kombat. I've decided I want Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 or Mortal Kombat Trilogy, really, because Goro wasn't in there. Give me the Mortal Kombat Trilogy design for Johnny Cage. Give me the Mortal Kombat 3, Sonya, Stryker, Nightwolf. And we just saw Nightwolf, so they haven't given up on this stuff. I just worry about them going off on a tangent, And
I think they got Cabal coming out too, which is my boy. That's my
boy. We did see him in like resin form. So yeah, I just hope they don't lose focus. I still am concerned over the whole BBTS exclusivity stuff.
He's not wrong.
What's that, Sony?
What does that mean?
Well, so moving forward, Storm is going to be exclusively sold through BBTS in the States.
Oh, so they can sell whatever price they want.
Well, I don't really think it's that as much as BBTS is just like, hey, we'll, carte blanche, we'll sell all of your stuff. Like, you don't have to solicit. Like, we'll just sell it all. But I think, like, it's funny. I know a lot of collectors, and you would think everybody would know and have, be aware of BBTS. But there are people I know that are like, oh, well, I won't buy it unless it's on Amazon.
That's actually not my worry.
What's your worry, Dave?
Bluefin had a bigger warehouse than BBTS has. So
absolutely.
They actually can get more stock.
Well, to that brings up my second point that some of the more obscure stuff probably won't get made because they'll be like,
made. It just might not be brought to the United States in large quantities.
That too. Yeah, like I can't really see the Darkstalker stuff like continuing.
They'll tease the Morgan, and Matt will be looking like finally, and then that's when they'll stop.
Where is the Morgan?
Have they done Felicia yet? Because I know they did Dimitri, and
no, Dimitri's the only figure. They teased and had the resin model of Morgan, and that's it. And I'm very unhappy about it.
Matt wants a Morgan. He can.
I want more again.
Morgan, I need a Morgan, Lilith, and Felicia display.
Sounds like an expensive weekend.
We have anything else?
Well, no, that's it for news. But before we wrap, I want to talk something anecdotally. So Mike and I were chatting, and he shared with me
Not Mark though.
Not Mark, rather Mike. He shared with me a screen cap, and this was from the official 3POA podcast group. Again, this is completely anecdotal, but the guy posted, I don't know if this has been mentioned
You and me
before.
both, Peter.
He said, but I don't know if this has been mentioned before, but this morning I had an interesting interaction with a Target employee at Guest Services. I'd found a Ned B action figure from the Black Series that looked tampered with. So I went to Guest Services and told him, I'm fully committing to buying this product, and if the product is inside of the box. So I want to open it and make sure it's there. And he said, and the customer and service employee said, yes, but you're on the hook to buy it if you open it and it's the right product, because we no longer accept returns on Black Series, Marvel Legends, or Legos. We've had a lot of guests that have been very upset, but that's Target's new policy due to stealing and returning. So I wonder if that had anything to do with the return to plastic windows with Hasbro.
We don't have that policy up here.
I haven't seen that policy, but I have heard of several people within collecting groups where they've been told that collectors, they don't accept returns on collector items.
Is it Hasbro only?
Well, not Hasbro only, because it says right there that the person that made that post, and I'm not going to say their name because I don't know if they want their name out there, but I have seen this poster around in several groups. I know they're a legitimate person. I have also seen at some Targets where they're like, all sales on Pokemon cards are final.
I'm not saying they're not legit. I was just saying not all Targets are implementing that.
That I'm not fully aware on.
There are some I know that aren't taking NECA figures back.
Like today, I literally returned something today, and no problem. I didn't even look at the figure, honestly. I just took it back. So, it must not be everywhere, or maybe it's like where the crime happens more.
Right. I mean, I have seen a good deal of swap outs, but not in. I haven't seen swap outs happening in if they've been happening in the plastic free boxes, I can't tell.
Now they've had swap outs with the transparent for ages. They used to crack. I used to crack up. I remember one time I went and I was looking when the Morbius came out, and then I looked in the box and realized it was a Toy Biz Morbius with that freaking jaw.
Yeah.
So I have another question. When he opened it, was it right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't tampered with. Yeah.
So I'm willing to bet it is a local policy, but I have, since the implementation of plastic-free boxes, I've seen boxes tampered with. I have been in stores where I've seen like the boxes just opened. I'm guessing the people wanted to see what was actually in there. And then, it's kind of funny because I don't want to say it's kind of funny, but it's interesting because then you'll see those tampered boxes end up having to be clearanced out or, marked down because the box is open. So it does make you wonder. I think it's probably a combination of shrink, and I think there are a lot of people that just, if they can't see that the product's in there, they don't want to buy it.
I think I live in the Target bubble because you guys talk about things. So like you told me, like there were certain figures that aren't at Target, they're just not there, and I go, they're there. And then you tell me about these swaps. I've never seen a swap.
You're lucky. Like
I will admit you've never noticed a swap.
It's like when you're talking about
I look. I've never
seen it. Like when you were saying that Spider-Man retro wave, dude, it appeared here once in North Carolina, and then it was gone and never seen again.
And then the other thing, you're saying that you're seeing people are opening the boxes to look.
Oh yeah.
I'm not seeing that either.
Yeah, I've seen where people just torn the boxes from the front.
Understated it.
I did see yesterday. I saw somebody had just literally just opened like 5 or 6 packages and taken the characters.
Yeah,
They just took it. They stole it.
Walmart up in Towson, they had like where all these tabs are. You just see them. They just tear that section out and just rip the guts and just fold it back in. You don't really see it unless you actually legitimately pick it up.
Now, it's funny, when I get my figures out of the box, I use a pair of nail clippers. I have a pair of nail clippers on my desk.
Mhm.
And, it's funny. Like, I got into an argument with a guy on TFW once, and I was like, it's really easy to steal this stuff. Not that I would ever do it. I don't steal stuff. But they're like, well, you'd have to have, like, heavy-duty cutting tools or a pair of scissors. And I was like, no, if someone just needs a pair of nail clippers, that's it. They could even go to the travel section. If you go to the travel section of Walmart, and I'm not trying to give people instructions to steal, but you could go to the travel section. They have like the nail clippers in the little plastic pouches that you can just pop the little plastic button on, take your nail clippers and go clip, 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 free toy.
Free toy. Profit. Got it.
Local authorities are on their way.
I know too. Like when I bought Patriot Prime, his back when those Legends class Ravages showed up, people were having a hard time finding them. Now you can't give them away. But when I bought the Ravage, the like cannon was just floating around in the box.
You guys live in like Mad Max times. It's just crazy.
Well, when you come up this way, we'll go toy hunting so you can see
Yes,
this
I would like
that
to
is
do that.
that is like Maryland. It will we'll make a special trip to Ollie's as well.
Let's do that.
So
'Cause I don't have any of this. I don't have a Ross. I don't have any of that.
How many gated communities are near your target?
So I knew you were going to ask that. I'm actually not in a gated community at all.
I didn't say you were in one. I just asked how many were near there.
There is.
I did not imply you were in the gated community.
Yes,
I'm just
there
asking
is
how
one,
many.
but the Target is in like the middle of Albany, which is it's a city. It's not.
I'm aware.
It's not a fancy place. It's
That just
weird
means
to me.
that just means you're on the hook to find all the Jada Toy Ryus for us.
Yes.
We're not going to find them down here ever.
Okay.
We don't do that. That's a Utica thing. It's also a Simpsons reference. It's an
Seriously,
Albany expression.
I have the Street Fighters on BTS, but if I could find one in hand so quickly, oh my god!
The Jada Toy Street Fighter figures are in the NECA section for anybody that's looking.
Yeah, I looked today for Mike, and I will tell you that Target also is starting a new anime section where they've taken like the Gundam and the Dragon Ball and the Godzilla stuff, and it's now in the Hot Wheels aisle.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's been
I was gonna say I've always seen that as an end cap.
Yeah, if you go to Bel Air, they did that where they have like all of the anime figures are now like at the end of the Hot Wheels aisle. So all the Gundam stuff, all the Demon Slayer.
Oh, okay.
It will change well.
I mean, I've seen the NECA stands by the Hot Wheels, but I haven't seen any of the other figures and stuff yet.
no. Sony, have you played Gundam Evolution yet? It's free.
PS phone?
No. PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. It's a free to play game. It's kind of like Overwatch, except you're using Gundam.
Larkin, I would have never thought Hawaii would be that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Lock up
So
spam.
Larkin says my local area locks up the spam though. So
Wow.
my local community only steals spam. It's just funny because on the mainland you can't give spam away. Like I love spam,
That's funny.
but I just meet so many people that are like, "You spam,"
Yeah.
and it's just the thing in Hawaii they got it in like a glass case.
With the laser grid.
Yeah.
And it's part of a lot of recipes too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I can only eat spam like once every 8 years because my hands just swell up from the sodium.
It's good. It is good stuff though. I will say fried spam. Like people are like, I don't like spam. It's like, have you had it fried?
Spam.
Would you eat sushi, rice, and spam? Could you in this box? Could you with a fox?
All right, I gotta run.
You got
Yeah,
power
well,
back.
I think this is a good place to wrap it up.
Yes.
So Yeah, if you didn't check it out, because Kato had his big celebration for what was it, 80,000 subscribers. We had a figure reaction episode with I believe 80,000. Was it?
No, 8,000.
8,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm giving him too much credit.
I was going to say that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of who does what in the community.
Caden likes to run his shows right opposite of ours, like he's doing right now.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's Dover because Larkin's here.
Yeah.
True.
Larkin.
But at any rate, go check out the figure reaction episode we did on Monday with Matt and Dave talking about alternative collecting. Well, go check it out regardless.
Yes.
And before you head out here, make sure that you smash that like button because it helps us out in the algorithm. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And I didn't say in the beginning of the show, but click the link in the description below for our Teespring store. We've got a lot of good designs done by Joe, myself, Dave, and next show we will be doing another t-shirt giveaway. So if you want a chance at a free shirt, be here next Thursday because someone in the live chat is going to get a t-shirt of their choosing. I might even have a new design up, so stay tuned.
And you know what? Don't even worry about YouTube. I want everybody out there that when you get up in the morning, I want you to click your own like button right here. Okay? Click your own like button.
That's the real Fap Studio.
You know, that's a thing. There's a treatment, which is in the morning, you wake up, you look in the mirror.
Affirmation.
And you actually talk to yourself and tell yourself.
I've been doing that since I was 8.
Yeah, just kielbasa slam your own like button in the morning, okay? Just double click that mouse.
I like
and if anybody asks what you're doing, like, I'm in the Fap Studio.
Fap Studio.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
All right. We'll see everybody same time, same channel next Thursday, 9:00, right here on the Figure Action Podcast channel. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
I hope their weekend's just over.